I'd like you to sit back, close your eyes, and just give me a few minutes of your time. I'd like you to think about one simple word: suicide. This is a subject that nobody ever wants to talk about. I found any time I have brought it up in conversation, it gets really uncomfortable, and the subject gets changed real fast. Just imagine, what has it taken? What was it that pushed this person to even bring up the subject? A whole hell of a lot. I know from experience. For me, and I imagine some others that have spent time and deep thought on the subject, there are different stages that one will go through as they climb the mountain of depression. I think of it as stage 1 through stage 10. Stage 1, you're unhappy. Up to stage 5, being obviously depressed. Up to stage 10, the act of actually completing the process. Most people will not make it all the way to the cold, lonely peak of stage 10, and that's a good thing. But anyone could be on 9 and on their way to 10, and you may not even realize it. If somebody says, "I don't want to live anymore," or "the answer is to kill myself," or "I'm suicidal," anything along those lines, just to even have that thought, and especially the fact that they said the words out loud to another person, in my opinion, they're obviously already up to stage 5. Maybe even 7, possibly 9. It means they're already halfway or maybe even closer to ending it. Keep in mind, this is something uncomfortable to bring up to another person. Some people may even say it for attention. Just the fact that they thought it means they're at least halfway through the process to actually going through with it. For me personally, knowing how uncomfortable the conversation is, even though I'm a person that likes attention, positive more than negative, but either way, it's attention, I'm at an 8 or 9 before I say anything to anybody. I was there recently a few times. When that cry for help returned nothing, no reaction, that made me sit there longer with that heavy chunk of metal in my hand. It made me really think about myself, my life, my loved ones. I put all 6 bullets in the chamber. Why all 6? I would have to say I was buying time, hoping that somebody would stop me. They didn't. I'm sure it sounds backwards, but the fact that my cry for help was completely ignored distracted me from my depression and turned to complete anger. How dare they ignore me? I'm sitting here with the gun gripped tightly in my hand and the cold steel pushing against my temple. And they can't even give me 5 minutes of their time? They can't even pretend to care? Well then, I'm not going to do it right now. Just so I can be mean to them right back. You know who you are. And I'm sorry that I was an asshole. On the bright side, I was alive to be an asshole at least a little bit longer. I'm sure that's a common response, but trust me, don't count on it. When I look at my situation from an outside point of view, that could have gone a whole lot worse. Giving someone attention, even if you're mad at them, is a whole lot better than finding their cold body. Questions to think about. Do you have any experience with suicide? Has anyone close to you attempted suicide? Has anyone close to you succeeded? Has suicide impacted your life in any way? If you ever hear somebody use the word suicide, take it seriously. In the past, before I dealt with it, I know there was quite a few times I used the phrase, "They're just trying to get attention." I'll never do that again. And I hope you never do either. Always take it seriously. It's not a joke. If you say it, then there's a chance you may do it. And you are the only one that knows how close that is. But it's a lot closer than anybody wants you to be. This has been a hard thing to write about since I have been and still am at my lowest point ever. I really like to write. It's therapeutic for me. Since I started this, it's all I can think about or write about. I hope if anybody is reading this, it's because I've shared it with you and not left it as my final goodbye. But here it goes. This is my goodbye letter for when I end it. If I talk about suicide, hell yes, it's for attention. Doesn't mean that I won't do it. It just means you have the chance to save me again. I've never been so serious about ending it all right now. One gun, one bullet, I'm gone. Pow. I've always shown empathy for those that tried to do it. But now I'm showing sympathy, because I'm about to do it. I wish I could ask someone who succeeded why they did it. I guess I'll answer that for myself in just a minute. I'm 38 years old and my life is spinning out of control. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, blindly slipping into a black hole. I have 4 kids, each in their own way, showing how little they care about me. My girlfriend's answer for everything is to ignore it, and a job at a place that I don't want to be. The walls are painted in ugly 70s yellow, fading to orange, then gradually to gray. Cubicle after cubicle, everyone is miserable. This is the last place I want to spend my day. My other option is to go home and deal with the 2 cars that are broke down in my driveway. Material possessions with no emotional connection line every room, including the hallway. Or do yard work by myself. Nobody wants to help. Bills piled up to the ceiling. No friends to call on to help me in any way. I'm all alone and I can't stand this feeling. Around every corner, there's something that can and will go wrong. If something good happens, it's just bad wearing a good mask. I knew he was there all along. The people in my house won't talk to each other. They go through me because I'm a giant pushover. So now I'm supposed to play judge, jury, cop, enforcer, on top of my current roles of psychologist, doormat, father, and mother. There's some people that can carry that weight. Well, that someone is not this guy. Maybe when I was younger, happier, had my head on straight. That's too much pressure for me at the end of my life. I don't even have it in me to try. I've always gone out of my way to do what's right. Never tell a lie. But I'm human, I make mistakes. When the punishment never ends, that's not justified. I don't see the point in living anymore without a goddamn thing to look forward to. Constantly giving with nothing meaningful in return. Nothing left for me to do. Now understand, in no way am I saying that I'm perfect. Maybe it would have been different if I was more strict. My biggest fault? I'm a pushover. Now, don't blame yourself for me taking the necessary steps to crossing over. If anyone tried to stop me now, it wouldn't matter. This is all going to end for me, one way or the other. I'm only one man and I'm weak. I can only be emotionally beat down for so long. I'm at the end of my fucking rope. I need answers, not everyone telling me I'm wrong. I've had many happy moments in my life, but the sad ones outweigh them 20 to 1. I spend my time, day by day, feeling so disgusting and unwanted. If anyone could feel what I'm feeling right now, they'd say, fuck it, I'm done. This is the 3rd time this month I had a loaded gun pointed at my own head. One slip, one sneeze, one bump, I'd be dead. This happened at home, but my kids are clueless. My girlfriend knows all about it, but her answer is to ignore it. I've been trying real hard to change who I am. New style, new clothes, trying to create a new me. Everyone hates it, but the old me is gone, body rotten in the closet, locked away with a skeleton key. They still don't mind saying it, hating on my clothes and talking shit. When I stop and think about it, I must admit, I'm glad the old me is gone, but this new one is a counterfeit. The only thing I have done is commit to looking like a freak and acting like a misfit. Deep down, feeling like a hypocrite. Every second, feeling like I'm going to lose it. At my weakest moments, I have one kid that knows how to point out as a father that I'm unfit. In this state of mind, I probably shouldn't even babysit. I spend an unknown amount of hours crying by myself every day. On the extremely rare occasion someone asks what's wrong, the list is too fucking long and I don't know what to say. They never hear me anyway. Respect is at a 0. Feels like I'm repeatedly punched in the face. I feel like the opposite of a hero. I know when I finally commit to ending it, there'll be a lot of people that are sad. My mom, even though we don't talk, my daughters, my siblings, my girlfriend, and my dad. But they'll all keep going. In the long run, it won't change much. The two that'll be affected the most are my dog and my son. In the end, they'll be fucked up. If at any point you ask yourself why I'm still breathing, it's them that keep me here for now. I have to know they'll be okay before I take action towards leaving. I guess if you're reading this, then I must have followed through. I must have decided that they'd be fine. If not, then I must have decided I'm doing more harm than help. When I self-analyze, it's hard to distinguish that line. Well, here's a last-minute update, the final straw that'll cause my life to end. They've drained me of the fight that I have left. I don't even have it in me to pretend. The people that hurt you are normally the people you're close to. Well, I just got stabbed in the back by some of my family. Heaven, Hannah, Heather, Sid, and John. You know, that scrawny little fucker that's too gay to be manly. Trust me, when you're fucking with my kids, there ain't no chance you win. If this final episode showed me anything, my girls will stab you in the back at the end. I don't even know why they're doing it. It's like they're going out of their way just to hurt me. Seriously, what the fuck am I missing? What the fuck is it that I can't see? Chances are we'll never know. At least I won't. It's after I kill John and Heather, it'll be my turn to stop breathing. They came back to take the kids. CPS investigating my family. Case notes filled with massive lies. When are you going to come back to this reality? Who the fuck just walks into somebody else's house? Takes out their kids without permission? Only a dirty whore and the Antichrist. Hell, at least that's my opinion. I just realized that my family's pure evil. Even the ones that I thought had my back, John and Heather, must have a deal with the devil. I guess they'll meet me in hell in just a sec. They thought the best time to ruin someone's life is when that person is the most suicidal. They never thought I had it in me to kill them both. I'm gonna shoot Heather between the eyes, then choke John with a nylon rope. Heather will be gone first, that way I can make John watch her die. Before I finish him, I'll remind him. This didn't have to happen. They didn't have to lie. And lastly, Heaven, Hannah, I'm not sure what I did to cause you to hate me. I know I wasn't a great dad, maybe not even a good one. But I don't think I was a bad dad. You're on a mission to destroy me. And it worked. I'm so lost, so depressed, looking for answers on why I shouldn't end it. All I hear is silence, interrupted by my heartbeat. This is my goodbye. Now should I send it? No. There's no point. There's no time left to show me attention. If only you would have listened and cared about what I said, things could have been a whole lot different. Like this gun not being pointed at my head. Give me a reason to keep breathing. Put a smile on my face. But instead, goodbye.